It's 10:30 exactly, time to stretch out our hands across the ocean. And tonight, those hands are going all the way to Hollywood, California, to a lady who left here some years ago to take up work in the film industry over there. I think of her as one of our great ambassadors. She's Kerry Williamson. Kerry, it's afternoon for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's 2:28 here in the afternoon.
I can remember when you had just completed your studies here and you were heading off to make your way in the film industry. You'd won an award, I remember, for a piece that you did on people sleeping in the streets here.
Yes, it was homelessness and teenagers in Belfast. It was for the Simon community.
Has it lived up to your expectations?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely incredible out here. It really is. It's very, very difficult, though. When they say it's a rat race, it's they're putting it lightly. It's incredibly difficult. I have to battle against bureaucracy day in, day out, every hour of every day. So it's been a tough haul.
So why would you subject yourself to that sort of challenge? Does it always have to be a rough ride for you?
First of all, I think I thrive on the challenge. I love a challenge, and I set my sights on directing in the film industry, and I'm not there yet. I'm writing now, but I'm on that path. Maybe another 2, 3, 4, 5 years may never happen, but as long as I'm striving towards something, I feel like I'm achieving something. I'm always learning, and that's really important to me. Every day is like being back at college, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm. Just how fierce is the competition?
Sorry, what's that?
Just how fierce is the competition?
It's intense. I mean, every project that I'm up against, there's maybe anywhere from 5 to 20 other writers. And you have to beat out the other writers before you even get considered by the studio.
Mm.
So you're working for maybe up to 3 months on a project without pay. And with the idea that if you win out, then you go to the studio and then you get the big payday. So it's tough.
So, really tough. Well, tell me about the work that you have been doing, the work that obviously you've been earning your living at it over these years. So, I mean, there have been some successes.
Yes. Well, what happened whenever the documentary that you mentioned that won the award, that got me an invitation to Syracuse University in upstate New York, where I did my master's, and I concentrated on screenwriting, film business, and entertainment law. And when I finished that was a year program. I went back to Hollywood, where I had previously been working, and I got a job with Warner Brothers. And I worked in post-production there and learned that side of the film industry. And then in the daytime, my shift started late afternoon. It was called swing shift. Mm. In the daytime, I trained with the creative department, which is where I wanted to be, read scripts, did some coverage. And then I ended up taking a job with a director, Andy Davis, who directed The Fugitive. Mm. And I worked with him on A Perfect Murder in post-production, and then I was his assistant on Collateral Damage with the governor of California.
Wow.
Schwarzenegger. And after Collateral Damage, I was on it for many years. We were actually in production on that movie, well, including pre-production, production, and post and exhibition. And that movie went on for about 3.5 years, I believe. Mm-hmm. And after that, I decided to go out by myself. So it was only 2 years ago I went out by myself just to be a writer.
Wow, that must have been a huge step to take.
It was, but you know what? I'd developed a good relationship around town working on Collateral Damage, so I'd made a lot of connections. Mm-hmm. And I think you kind of need that. So through those connections, I was able to get my first script, which was Honey Trap, which is set in Belfast, read by a bunch of agents and a bunch of producers, and that got me an agent that are really good agents, which served me very well the last year. So I've been working with her at the Gersh agency, and the last year was spent just building up a reputation, working on a lot of projects, and getting known around town. So I'm at the point now, I just signed my first deal about 3 weeks ago.
Well done.
In fact, I just left Gersh about 5 minutes ago. I signed the contract, so I'm very excited. It's my first big contract.
Oh, well done. See, and, I told you your name was going to be in lights, didn't I?
Well, it has taken a while. I mean, I've been here. This is I believe I'm coming up to my 10th year.
Yeah.
And I've worked solidly the whole time. I have not taken a break, and it's just getting more and more difficult. but more and more challenging, and I really do love it. I have to say I love it.
I can imagine, though, it must at times feel like a very intimidating sort of world.
Incredibly. I mean, for example, the project I'm working on now, it's called Camp David, and it's the president being kidnapped at Camp David by terrorists. And it's a very, the arena that I've been writing in is action thriller, which is completely dominated by men. So this project I'm working on right now, anytime I'm in a meeting, there's about 5 men and me, and I'm a writer. So
you just have to hold your own, girl.
It's pretty interesting, and I guess there's very few women that write action, and especially action thriller combined in Hollywood, and that's what I've been told. I don't know if that's entirely true, but that's certainly the word on the street out here. So I'm trying to create a little niche market for myself. Do really kick-ass action movies with really strong female characters. That's the plan.
Brilliant. Now, during your student days, I always got the impression that it was directing, that's the road that you wanted to take.
Yes, that's right. It's incredibly difficult. It's so hard to break in as a director. So I came up with a plan and worked with my agent on how we were going to do that. And I guess the easiest route to take is to establish yourself as a studio writer. That means working for one of the big ones, like my new one, Camp David's with MGM, and I have one coming up with Warner Brothers. But if you can write at that level with the studios, then after a few years of proving yourself, then you can turn around and ask for money to go and direct your own project. And that's the plan, is I would maybe come home and do something that's a little bit closer to my heart, like Honey Trap or something else.
Brilliant. So what sort of big stars have you worked with? You mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who else?
My first pitch ever was to Jodie Foster.
Oh, wow.
Which was interesting. That was great. She was amazing. Let me see. Cliff Curtis. I don't know if you guys saw Wheel Rider that just came out.
Yes.
He's a New Zealand actor. He's a Maori. He's a very good, close friend of mine. Amazing guy. Elias Koteas, a Canadian actor. John Leguizamo, John Turturro, Francesca Neri from Italy. These were all on Collateral Damage. I've met a bunch of people, but they're the ones I've primarily worked with.
Yeah.
You meet. I met Clint Eastwood. You meet people constantly out here, but it's just mostly in passing. As a writer, you're not so involved with the stars as a writer.
You could very easily be led to believe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are breaking up a bit.
Am I dropping like candy?
Yeah, but I'm going to persevere because I don't want to lose you. But you could be very easily led to believe, Kerry, that Hollywood that there's a falseness there, that it's all glitz and glamour. That's not true, though, surely.
Oh yeah, there's a huge part about that that's true. Absolutely. There's a lot of people that would be, I guess out here we call them plastic.
Yeah.
It's not like at home where people tend to be a little bit more genuine. They're definitely not as genuine here. There's no doubt about it. It's more about what car you drive, how much money you have in your bank account, rather than, what kind of person you are. And, but, you can also work that to your advantage, because one thing I've learned is that, I've tried to build a reputation as a street shooter, that I'm not going to go behind someone's back, and I'm not going to work a better deal with someone else. And that's so rare in the industry that it really stands you in good stead if you can stick to those rules.
Integrity stands for a lot then, even in Hollywood.
Absolutely, integrity.
Yeah. So I can remember at one stage too. Had you not been made an offer by to do something at Bollywood in India? No.
That wasn't me.
Oh, I got the impression that was you, because it was massive, but that you'd gone to California instead. So where to from?
I'd love to go over there and check them out. They have more movies than we do.
1 or 2 a day, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
So where to from here then, Kerry? Where do you see yourself sort of 5 years down the road?
Hopefully directing, and hopefully with a little bit more time on my hands so I can spend more time with my family, because that's been the toughest thing. And that was one of the big motivating factors for me going out by myself, because it was going to, being my own boss, it gives me a lot of leeway in my schedule. So, if I finish a project, I can take 3 months off and come back to Ireland, which I have done repeatedly over the last 2 years. I've been able to come home for 3 months each year. And that has made it easier. But I think as I get a little older and you realize, what's important in life, it has become very apparent that I'm, missing my family terribly.
Aye. So, but you must have some sort of quality of life out there, despite the long hours.
Yeah, well, I get up at my schedule. I get up about. I wake up at 5:30. I start writing at 6, and I work through until about sunset, which right now is around 6 o'clock here, 6 p.m. So it's been about a 12-hour shift. And then if I don't have meetings, right now I'm heading to a meeting, so that's disrupted. And then I go for a run on the beach, and then I go out for dinner or go see a movie. See movies constantly, of course, or watch a movie at home. Nothing. It's tricky because I can't. It's a little difficult, especially when you work weekends, to go out late at night. If it's a friend's birthday party, I've got to be careful about scheduling that.
Yeah.
Because I still have to get up at 5:30 in the morning and still have to put the work in, or I fall behind.
Yes. You're obviously as disciplined as ever you were, Kerry.
Yeah, definitely disciplined.
Yeah. Well, listen, just in case.
Ask me that a few martinis later. I change my mind.
What message do you have for the family here?
Oh, that I miss them terribly, and hopefully I'll get over this really rough ride, and in the next 6 months, a year, and get to see more of them. I mean, ideally, I'd like to buy a home in Ireland so I can come home and spend, 3 to 6 months in Ireland and 6 months out here.
Yes.
And just get back to reality every now and again.
Yes, that would be the good life, wouldn't it?
That's an ideal, but we'll see what happens. Maybe try and do some teaching in Ireland or something. I'd like to do that at some point.
Yes.
But yeah, my family. That's the worst factor about being here is you're completely alone.
Yeah.
You get sick if you get the flu, and you've got your friends around. It's great, but it's not like having your mom making you chicken soup and sucking you in.
You're dead right. Don't I know it? Listen, Kerry, I'm going to have to let you go, but it's been lovely talking with you, and I always knew you'd do it. I always knew you'd do it. And listen, look us up the next time you're home, will you?
Will do, and it's still early stages. I still have to keep plugging away, so all still a work in progress.
Aye. Okay. We'll see the name in lights yet.
Well, thank you. Well, all the best to you, Candy.
Thanks, Kerry.
Okay,
bye now. Good luck. Bye.
Bye.
As I said, one of our great ambassadors, Kerry Williamson, working for the film industry over there in Hollywood, California. She's a nice lady.